Welcome back to another episode. We are Destination Full-Time RV, and we like to go to different campgrounds and do campground tours, kind of give you guys an idea of what you're getting into if you go and book a certain place. This weekend we are at Little Mexico Campground. It's in Winfield, PA, down below Lewisburg. And as you can tell behind us, our campsite right now is on a lazy part of the Penns Creek River, or Penns Creek.
Yep, it's nice. The kids were able to take inner tubes and float down it. There's been kayakers, and it's just a nice little place for the kids to play in.
Yep, there's not a lot of current right here, so it's a nice easy float, and the kids can wade in right from the back of your campsite and play in the creek.
So yesterday we were able to meet the owners of the campground. They are very nice people. It is family owned and run by family.
Yep.
And they are very passionate about this campground. They do a very good job with upkeep.
Absolutely. So we just want to dive right in. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the campground itself and kind of show you the layout and some videos, what each area looks like.
Something to note that each site is plenty big. There is enough space. There are huge spaces and they're easy to pull into.
Yep, that's right. So one thing that I would like to say is that your campground map that they give you or that's online is very accurate. We've done a ride or walk through most of the park and then took a ride around the second half. So what you see on here is going to be very accurate. So we'll put up a picture of that, but the campground itself is broken up into two different locations. One's on the west side of the river and one's on the east side. So the campground that's on the west side is the original. I think that was built in the 50s. Mm-hmm. And so all of that over there will have its own kind of playground, dump station. A lot of those on the western side of that are seasonals.
There's a lot of seasonal spots here.
Yep. But if you continue around the loop, they did save a lot of the basic creekside sites for your nightly or weekly rental. Mm-hmm. So that'll be like 143 down around to 163. Again, that's a nice lazy section of the river, great for kids to go play in. That is electric, water, and then every site here comes with cable. So I think you get 14 channels that just comes along with your site. So that kind of covers that western side. The side that we stayed on, which is the newer, I can't remember exactly when this side was put in, but you're going to have, when you first come in, you'll have the office, and then next to the office, you'll have an arcade. But when you check in, there's a gate, you'll get a barcode, and then you'll actually enter the park. So this whole side is inside a gate, you have to have a barcode. So it's kind of nice that they keep track of exactly who's coming in and out. There's also a big fire pit there. So last night there was a band, and they had the big fire going. It was kind of neat, just a community fire for people to hang out between the band. So anyways, you go in, and we're going to go along Rio Grande Road. Rio Grande Road basically takes you all along the creekside sites. The first 8 or 10 sites there are going to be seasonals. And then there's, what did you figure out? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 sites there that are your full creek sites. This has electric, water, has your cable, and has septic. So that's currently where we're at. We're in 215 right now. Very nice spot. Very big campsite, and full hookup.
And we'll put in the notes down below how much we paid per night
per
the Creekside full hookup site.
Yep. So this is 30 and 50 amp. So you pretty much bring any rig in. You'll be set up. Very clean pedestals. The boxes are easy to get to. It's easy to see which site is yours. The markings on there are very easy to understand on which site is which. So and then if you continue up along that creek, you're going to have some more seasonals on the right. And then as you get to the end, kind of straight across from that, the western side of the campground, you're going to have some more basic creek sites. So your yellow sites there, 236 to 245, are going to be electric, water, and cable. As you come around the loop, you're going to get on Adios Avenue. That is going to kind of go around the backside of this campground. You're going to have some cabins there. Very clean. Looks like they were just built within the last handful of years, I would say.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take you to kind of your first dump station and a bathroom, shower house. So if you continue down Adios Avenue, it's also going to take you to the pool. Behind the pool, you're going to have 3 ponds. These ponds may not necessarily look like much, but they are tied together by a little channel in the back. And we found that when we were here, pond 3, Hagen was able to catch a couple fish and accidentally caught a snapping turtle.
Yeah,
which is,
only our kid would catch a snapping turtle.
that was pretty exciting for me. Okay, so the middle campgrounds that are not your creekside sites. Your purple will be your full sites, your full hookup. That comes with your electric, water, your cable, and your septic.
That spot is nice if you have a large group of people that are going to camp, because it's like a huge circle. And
Yep.
then in the center of that circle is where your yard is, and that's where they have like a community fire pit.
Yep, so there's
That's
a
pretty
large
neat.
pavilion with picnic tables in there, and they have a fire ring in there with a hood.
Something to note, this campground does not have any restrictions on pets. And you can have any spot and have a pet.
That's right.
That's okay. There's not certain sites where you're allowed to have a pet and
That's
not.
right. But one thing I would like to know, after talking with the owner, they definitely require paperwork on your animal.
Yes.
So they do not take any chances that there's any animal in here that's not up to date on its shots, which is very nice for a family campground.
Yeah.
So yes, that was the, I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry, Kazumal Court is my best guess, but that's where you're going to find that kind of a group setup. Then that's your full hookup that's not Creekside. And then basically finishing out between Adios Ave and Amigo Road, you're going to have a couple sites that are still full hookup. It's more in a field, not as much shade.
Yeah.
Closer to the playground and the pool.
Yeah. But I mean, even the creekside sites aren't that far from the pool.
Right. Yeah, exactly right. It's all, you can walk easily and get from any part of this campground to the pool.
One thing to know also, they do allow you to have golf carts, gas or electric.
Yep. So I think that's basically it for the park itself. I will say that there is a bridge that you'll see in the video. It's got plenty of clearance. I think it's marked for 13 some feet, and that's legit. You're not going to have any issues coming in, so don't be scared of that bridge. Other than that, we'll get to the amenities.
So what do they have here for the kids to do? They have the biggest above ground pool in the United States, which is
Yes.
very cool. We were there a few times, and at no point did we ever feel like we were overcrowded or overwhelmed with too many kids in there. It's a nice big pool. It's very clean.
Exactly. It can handle the whole campground.
Yeah.
So like if everyone went, it's big enough where you don't feel like, you know, there's too many people in the pool or you can't find a spot to sit.
Yeah. Okay, so they have mini golf.
Yep.
They also have new, just as of the year 2021, a jumping pillow and laser tag.
So let's talk about that for a second. So we walked around and we saw it during the day, and it was really clean. You could tell it was new.
Yeah, they did a nice job with it.
They did a nice job with it. But let me tell you, at night is when they actually scheduled games for the laser tag, and they had LED lights.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's not just like at Jellystone when we did laser tag. It was just a bunch of kids. It wasn't like run. It was just kids ran around and shot each other. This has different game modes, different guns, LED lights, like boosters where you can run up and hit a button and it boosts your life back up.
Yeah.
It was a legit.
It's a legit
It's a
course.
legit course. Yes. So definitely sign up for that.
And we'll put some pricing down below. That the jumping pillow, the mini golf, and the
Golf.
laser tag is at an additional fee, and we'll put some prices down below.
Yes.
They also have an option to get wristbands that will last you the entire weekend for all three.
Yep.
So that's nice.
Yep.
too.
Absolutely.
something to know about the jump pillow, they actually set that up really nice. So you have to enter the gate, and as soon as you enter, it's all sanded around the entire pillow, and then it's the jump pillow. So it doesn't go right from like the jump pillow to stone.
Right.
It's very nice how it's set up.
Absolutely. Yep.
They do have 3 large playgrounds that are nice and fairly new.
Yep.
They have, like he said earlier, the 3 fishing ponds, and then you have the creek behind us that the kids could fish in. Tyler and Hagen were out catching crayfish
Yep.
yesterday. They have the basketball court, volleyball court, horseshoes. They do have an ice cream truck that runs on Saturdays. Unfortunately, for some reason, it didn't run yesterday.
Or we just didn't catch it.
Or
I was looking.
I
was looking for an ice cream truck, and after reading, it was an ice cream golf cart. So maybe we just missed it.
Maybe. Okay.
So they do a lot of stuff. They had bingo Friday night.
Last night they had a band. What was the name of the band?
I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Frank Witcher Band.
They were fantastic.
Yeah.
And the way that the campground is set up, it's almost like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
How the music bounces off like the hills.
It was amazing. Like, we had to come back halfway through with the kids, and you could hear at your campsite just like you were sitting there. Just the acoustics in this valley are really good.
Yeah, it was real fun.
Yeah. So great time last night with that. They also do a lot as far as the community goes with local breweries and wineries.
Mm-hmm. They had a brewery set up here yesterday with the band.
Yep. And I can't remember the name of it right now, but we'll put a little clip.
Yeah.
We didn't partake in any of that, but that's great that they do that for the local businesses. Another thing that we wanted to mention, there's a pizza place that delivers. So we'll put a sign up for that. So if you come in on a Friday night.
Yeah, say you don't get here till 6 o'clock on a Friday night after you get out of work. It's nice to have that option, just to have a pizza delivered right to the campground.
Absolutely.
And it looked good.
They had a stromboli delivered and to the owner when I was talking to him, and it was huge and it smelled delicious. So that's always a great option.
Yeah. Something also to note, we spoke with the owners. There is quite a bit of Amish community around here. We were able to see some Amish drive by with their horse and buggy, which was pretty neat. I think it's always fun to see how
different
they live.
Cultures live.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that was very neat.
So you can buy your firewood here. They have 2 different sizes, I believe. One is a $10 bin, and the other was a great big, like a 300-gallon tote that they filled up, and they will deliver that right to your site.
Yeah.
Also, camp store.
Everything you possibly could ever need
imagine.
in there. Yeah.
It's got more of a like camper supply as far as like stuff for your septic or hoses than I've seen at any other campground so far.
And you can they do offer 2 rentals, kayak rentals, to go down the creek with as well. So that's a nice bonus if you don't have that available to you.
Yeah, if you have a 5th wheel, which we're fighting with that right now, is how do we get our kayaks to campground. So it's nice to have that option here. There's a nice spot to launch above the camp, and then you can float down in and get out at your site. So it's nice.
Speaking of the kayaks with our 5th wheel, if any of you have any suggestions, we had looked at attaching something back to our back bumper where we had kind of a complicated situation with our bikes doing that. So if you have another suggestion, leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, we're even looking at maybe getting a sleeve to go over the kayak so we can put it inside without scratching anything or getting it dirty. So, yeah, any comments on that, let us know.
But anyway, we had a fantastic weekend here. We had a lot of fun. Just listening to the band yesterday was fantastic. And I know the owner said they do vet the bands to make sure it is family appropriate and oriented, which is nice. It's just an overall good family campground. The kids had a blast. We had so much fun. And we definitely come back.
Yeah, it's within an hour and a half of where we live. So it's a good come down on a Friday and spend the weekend. It was everything you need here. I'm sure we're forgetting some things.
We always forget something in every video. We go back and we say, man, we should have put that in there. We wish we would have said that.
Speaking of that, I thought of 2 things already. So the Wi-Fi. They do have Wi-Fi towers. Your service, so you can get phone calls in and out, but your service with the internet is not going to work on your phone or computer.
Go ahead.
And their Wi-Fi tower is currently unavailable. So I'm not sure what's up with that, if they're still putting it together or what.
Or if something happened, I don't know.
But you can see the towers. And then the other thing I wanted to say, and I'll shut up, they do offer the honey wagon.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, we had a good time. It was a good weekend. We're glad we came here.
absolutely. Check this place
Everyone
out.
needs to check this place out.
Yep. So go ahead and click and subscribe to our channel, and we will keep doing videos. We have 3 more weeks to go.
Next weekend we're going to go to Fehrenbaugh's Campground in Corning, New York.
Yep, up near Watkins Glen, so we'll go check out the falls. But as always, thanks for watching, and thanks for those of you who subscribe, and have a good day.
Super.